Me. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Test 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 test. And you need to mute your side. Okay. Lisa, go live. All right, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lee Arnold, and welcome to the CEO Fireside Chat for the month of March. Glad to have you all here with us tonight. And some pretty fun, exciting new technology that we are trying here this evening. So we are both live in studio here for those of you joining us via the webinar, but we're also live via Facebook. Is that right, Peter? So Facebook, and they would go what channel, if those that are on the webinar want to go and watch the live stream on Facebook, where would they go?
That would be the Lee Arnold System.
Yeah, so if you guys go to the Lee Arnold System right now, leearnoldsystem.com, and within Facebook, and merely like our page, then you'll get a notification that we are live. Is that correct, Peter?
Yes.
Okay.
You'll see it on screen.
You'll see it on your screen. It's in the feed. It's in the feed for the GoToWebinar?
No, in Facebook.
Oh, it's in the Facebook. Okay. So yeah, right now, guys, if you want to watch us online as well as listen over the phone, you're welcome to do that. But thank you all for being here this evening. We got a really fun and exciting CEO Fireside Chat scheduled for you guys. You've been seeing the emails. Now, you guys may not be able to see the piece of paper that I'm holding up for our Facebook audience, but what I'm holding up is a piece of paper that represents over 60 different deal submissions that we have received from you guys, and we cut these off, probably about 8 hours ago. We had so many of them, there was no possible way we were going to get through all of them. So if you guys did submit a deal to us, and we do not get to it this evening, please don't be troubled at all. You can certainly contact my office, and we can help you guys walk through any deal that you might have if we are not able to feature it here in tonight's presentation. Okay, so that being said, let's jump into it. Deal or no deal. Now, as you guys know, as stipulated by law, we cannot and do not make any guarantees about your ability to get results or earn money with any of the ideas, information, tools, or strategies we share. Nothing in this e-class or any of our websites or affiliate websites is intended to be a promise or guarantee of results or future earnings. All of our programs and those of our affiliates are intended to help you be successful and profitable, require desire, dedication, and of course, hard work from you guys. Now, as you guys know, we always want you guys to stick around to the very end. There's always a lot of really valuable information we want to share with you. So, as a means of enticing you to stick around for the entire presentation, at the end of this, I'm going to give you a link where you guys can go to get a copy of the CEO transcript titled Cash is King. So if more cash would help you guys be more successful, then you will definitely want to stick around here till the very end. Also, as you guys know, I do need acknowledgement from all of you, both on our live stream via Facebook as well as our webinar here. I do need an acknowledgement of our disclaimer, which means all of you right now need to go into the question portal and simply say, I acknowledge. Now, while you are acknowledging, you're simply going to type in, I agree. As you are acknowledging and agreeing, I need to know from those of you who are here for the first time. So if you say, I agree, and this is my first webinar, please let me know so I can acknowledge all of our free or all of our new friends that are with us. So George Johnson, first time. Welcome to George. Glenn Kapnick, first time. Victoria, Victor, Mitchell, Alton, Lauren, Debbie, Bankham, Todd Bertrand, welcome Todd. Mary Speck, welcome. Kiana Thomas, welcome. Summer Rain. Gracilia Acapina, welcome. Scott Trummel, welcome. Dave from Hawaii, welcome. Steve Green, first timer. Lenny Flood, first timer. Alonzo Jacobs, first timer. Leilani White, first timer. Surreal Cornack, first timer. Glenn Wilson, welcome. Heather Couch, first time. Cat Hunter, first time. May Alchemane says, I've attended many CEO Firesides. Welcome back, May. Glad to have you with us. May over in the lovely state of Hawaii. David Olson, first time. Let's see, Trenton Harris. Welcome, Trenton. Joe Frazzini. Sean Ellis, welcome back. Jaquetta Jenkins attending the funding tour in New Jersey. Good, Jaquetta. You're going to love that. Steve Vinoy, first time. Richard Gibson, first time. Travis Coleman, first time. Alton says, what is the link again for watching? Yes, Alton, go to Facebook and simply type in Lee Arnold System, and you will see the live streaming right there, right now on our page. So that'll allow you to not only see the presentation, but also see me. For some of you, that's a good thing. Others of you, not so much. I know my wife loves it, but glad to have you guys join us. Larry Hoftrick, first time. Welcome, Larry. Marcus Phillips, first time. Okay, cool. A lot of first-timers. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you here with us. And we got a lot of really fun and interesting things to cover with you guys as we go through some of your deals here this evening. But before we jump into the deals, I want to show you guys a quick little 7-minute video. We just shot this utilizing a fun new tool that some of you already have, which is great, but I want to give you a little bit more insight into SendFuse. So here's a quick 7-minute video of us in the field utilizing SendFuse that resulted in the purchase of a property. So we're going to roll that, and when we come back, we're going to jump right into deal flow. Now, while this video is playing, if you guys have a property address that you would like us to research, please input it into GoToWebinar right now. If you already sent this to me before this webinar, please do not submit it again. But if you did not have a chance to submit your deal to us prior to going live here on the webinar, go ahead and type that into the GoToWebinar feed, as well as on the Facebook Live feed where you can comment to us. Just go ahead and type the address in there, and we'll get to that. But with that as introduction, go ahead and roll video, Peter and Lisa. Take it away.
Headset. I'm not getting audio. You have to have that on.
You're not getting audio? Got it switched from phone to computer.
There you go.
Are you getting audio now? Do you have audio now? Well, and I hung up my phone, so I got to go back and dial it in. How many do you have on Facebook?
Four that I can see commenting. Got 3 on YouTube.
Do you have anybody on Facebook yet?
It's not pulling the audio from your.
What if I went to computer audio?
I thought you did that.
Here's that loan that we talked about, March 2009. It was a Fannie Mae mortgage for $121. Now, 2009, you guys, was over a decade ago. So if the homeowner's been making payments on this property, the payoff could be as low as $81,000. So here, SendFuse gives me an aerial of what the property looks like. You can see this big garage from this aerial photo in the back. I love a good two-car garage. That's really going to help us with value. Okay, you can see here that the property is scheduled to go to foreclosure sale, and the auction is taking place today. Okay, this thing's going to foreclosure sale today, you guys. Let's go down here and see what it's worth. Let's see. Here's the debt stack. So you read a debt stack in reverse. We'll go to the bottom here. The previous owner acquired it $58,000 back in 2002. Here's a new mortgage in 2005 for $48,000. Then that owner sells it to the current owner for $57,500. And now we see the current owner getting it here for $123,000 in 2009 as an REO, and there's a loan against it for $118,000. Okay, so this property is scheduled to go to foreclosure sale today. Now let's look at the comps real quick. Okay. Built in 1911, $121,000. Here's one built in right here, same street on Empire. Here's a house built in 51 that just sold for $220,000. Here's another one that's a good comp for $200,000. Here's another good comp for $210,000. Oh my goodness, you guys! What this means? The payoff on this house is about $81,000, and fixed up, it's probably worth $200,000. Now, as you can see, the property is in not that bad of condition. It actually looks pretty good. And auction starts in 40 minutes. Let's go. All right, you guys, here we are right in front of the courthouse. And I'm going to go in here and bid on this thing and see if we can buy it. Remember, when we pulled up in front of it, we pulled the SendFuse debt stack. We discovered that this thing's going to foreclosure auction today. So at this point, it doesn't make any sense for us to send postcards or write an offer to the homeowner. Let's just go in here and see if we can buy this thing. Now, the opening bid is $81,000. I don't know how many people are in there bidding. I don't know what we're going to have to pay to get it. But all I can tell you is I'm going to go do my darndest to get this thing. So unfortunately, you can't come into the courthouse with me. We can't film in there. So you guys hang tight. I'll come back and let you know how it went. All right? Hang on. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Okay, we got it. Look at this, you guys. Picked it up for $125,000. Opening bid was $81,000. Now, unfortunately, if we would have gotten to this sooner, we could have maybe worked with the homeowner and got it for a better price. But that's the way it goes sometimes. But the good news is we bought it. $125,000 purchase price. We put about $20,000 into it. Once we're done, this thing's going to sell for $199,900. And we're going to profit about $25,000 on this one house. And I could not have done it without SendFuse. SendFuse is amazing. Thank you, SendFuse.
Okay, cool.
Make sure you get your audio back.
Now, I've gone to computer audio, and I need to know if everybody can still hear me. Can everybody hear me, or do I need to dial back in on my headset?
Yes, you're going to have to dial back. I got you on social.
Well, they're hearing me on webinar.
Beautiful, you're good.
Okay. So the headset's gone, so that's cool. All right, so I wanted to show you guys that video because we're going to be using SendFuse a lot here tonight. Because admittedly, you guys, I can't do what I do without SendFuse. And I started using SendFuse early in 2019, and it did some things that I needed it to do, but it was by no means what I wanted it to do. And so after many conversations with the original owner and developer, we tendered an offer and we bought SendFuse as a company. And over the course of the last 6 months, we've spent tens of thousands of dollars in development costs and fees, getting it to do what we need it to do, because my acquisition team here in the Spokane Coeur d'Alene market, we use it every single day. And so as you guys are sending me in your deals, I wanted you to be familiar with what it was, how we're using it, so that you guys can have a working knowledge of what it is, so you're not confused as we go through this, okay? Now, as we go along, if you guys have questions, certainly throw them out there as needed. I will answer as many of them as I can, but for right now, let's do some deals, okay? Now, I've had a few people that were so adamant about their deal being reviewed here live tonight that they sent us numerous emails. And I can't begin to explain to you guys or emphasize how important it is to be the squeaky wheel. And the squeaky wheel wins the day, and it goes to Chris Bown, and he's got a property at 757 First Avenue in Kent, Washington. Okay? Now, the way that we approach a deal, and I don't care if it's commercial, I don't care if it's land, I don't care if it's manufactured housing, I don't care if it's development, I don't care. All right? The process is always the same. Anytime you guys have an address, the first step is we go in and we're going to go to Google. Okay. Now for this, let me make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, there we go. So let me move this over here. All right, so first step, Google the address. Okay, so this property address is 757 First Avenue, Kent, Washington, 98032. Okay. And here's what I'm looking for. I want to see anything that jumps out from Google that would be of a concern. Whether there would be, we had one client where when you Googled the property address, the first thing that pulled up was a murder-suicide that occurred inside the property. Now, that is useful when we need the information to negotiate a low purchase price because there's so much negative attention about the asset. But it's also a negative when we go to resell the property because any prospective tenant, any prospective buyer is going to do the same thing. Furthermore, if we don't have a prospective seller, and it's not uncommon, you guys, when we're out there driving for dollars and looking for assets in various markets, to come across a vacant, abandoned, boarded up house that we don't know who the owner is. Well, by Googling it first, if it's ever been listed, if the seller has ever attempted to put it on Craigslist, that information is going to pull up right here on the first page of Google, and it's going to reduce our effort in trying to track down a homeowner, track down a phone number, because at the end of the day, we can't buy anything that we don't have active communication and conversation with the seller. Now, the only time what I just said is not true is if we're buying properties at a foreclosure auction, whether it be a sheriff's sale or a trustee auction, or if we're buying properties at a tax sale or through a probate situation where the owner has passed away and there are no known heirs. But outside of those carved out instances, for the most part, we're going to be dealing directly with the seller, and getting them on the phone is going to be imperative to being successful. Okay? All right, so as we look here, there's a listing on Redfin showing that it's listed on the MLS for $385,000. Here's another Zillow entry. Realtor.com is showing it as a listed property for $385,000. And Chris Bound, this is your deal. So Chris, if you are watching, can you type in right now some information about this deal? How did you find it? What's the situation? Do you have it under contract? What is your question specifically? I'm going to go in and evaluate regardless, but I'd be curious to know what you know. So if you can, pipe in and let me know. Okay, so from Google now, the next step is we're going to go to Zillow. Okay, now Zillow is a fine tool. Say what you will about Zillow. Sometimes their value is high, sometimes their value is low. But where Zillow struggles is in areas where property values are changing pretty aggressively. Where you have one side of the tracks where houses are selling for $200,000, and on the other side of the tracks, houses are selling for $400,000, because Zillow simply does a neighborhood overlay, and then it comes up with a price per square foot analysis, gives you an average, and then assigns that average to that particular property. So Zillow can often be low and it can also be high, but you've got to make sure you're checking your lot lines to determine what really is value of this asset. So here we are. This property here in Kent sold in September of 2017 for $170,000. Zillow is currently showing the Zestimate at $189,000. And now as we go down here and we look at the comments, it says this: prime location for redevelopment in downtown Kent. Blocks from Kent Station, excellent mass transit options. This flat corner lot has a major fixer home with a tenant that would like to stay until it's time to clear the land, offering a small revenue stream to help cover expenses. Word on the street is that the senior housing at the end of First Avenue North will be bringing all improvements down both First Avenue North and Cloudy Street, lessening the cost to bring in improvement sidewalks, buyer to verify all information. Okay, so this is clearly what's being positioned as a development play. This is going to be a higher and better use scenario. But sometimes, you guys, it makes sense to just acquire the asset for what the asset is and sell the asset as what it is. While development can make for some great stories to tell at a cocktail party and flash some really exciting checks, usually development results in a very, very slow payday. And I don't think that there is anybody here watching this that is interested in a slow payday. Now, there's probably 1% of you that are doing pretty well financially. You've got hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars stacked away in the bank somewhere, and you can afford a 18-month runway for a payday on a deal, and that's great. But most of you, if you could add another $10,000 to your bottom line in the next 30 days, that would really be more advantageous. So again, while development's fun to talk about, as is large commercial tracts of land, they're fun conversations. No, they're seeing. Oh, I see what you're saying,
Peter. I got
Peter.
your little screen.
Yeah, Peter is telling me to swap monitors because our live audience is not seeing what you guys are seeing. Okay, and I just switched it again. Yeah, but now I've got to change the webcam for my other audience. Isn't technology fun? Here we go.
Now I got you full screen.
Okay, now everybody's looking at the same screen, okay? All right, so next thing we're going to look at here in Zillow is the price and tax history. I want to know what's been going on with this asset for as far back as Zillow can track it. Now, because Zillow is founded in Seattle, Washington, it's not uncommon for them to have a lot of history. Also understand, you guys, that Zillow is pulling its information from public record. So if there's not a lot of history within Zillow, it's because there's been no recordings on title for anything. So there hasn't been any sales, there's been no refinances, there's been no loan modifications, there's been no foreclosure activity. And when you see and pull up a price tax history in Zillow and you see literally nothing, that's a pretty good sign, because it means that most likely the asset is held free and clear. There's no underlying liens that have been recorded on title within a period of time. And if they're not free and clear, there's going to be high equity in those assets, and that's a really good sign. Okay, so we see that in 2005, this property sold for $152,000. It was listed again 12 years later. So whoever acquired it held it for 12 years before they decided to sell. They then sell it September of 17 for $170, and then the buyer who acquires it in 17 puts it back on the market in 2018 for $490,000. Wow. Now, we don't necessarily know what transpired from 17 to 18, but it would not surprise me if the person who bought it in 17 took it and had it rezoned. So they took it from a residential single-family dwelling zone to a high-density multifamily or commercial zone, and that would certainly justify that price increase, but we won't know that. We'll know that when we pull the debt stack within SendFuse, okay? Let's see if we've got any more information here. Agency 1, and let's look at this info here. Okay. All right, so continuing down now as we look at the neighborhood. Okay, the Zest is showing high, and then you can see here we're sitting right here on First Avenue, and across the street it looks like we have some high density commercial, appears to have railroad tracks right in front of it, which I think is going to affect value from a residential standpoint. But let's keep going down. Home expenses, nothing there that's really of interest. Okay. All right, now this next thing we're going to do, I need you guys to all pay very close attention to. Let's look at some photos here real quick. Okay, so here's our corner lot. Yeah, here you can see the railroad tracks and industrial, commercial, possibly manufacturing. You know, the first listing said that there was a really rundown, junky house on the property. And I'm guessing that it's this one right here, because you can see the for sale signs that were sitting here on the front of First Street. And this sits right back on the alley coming down that side. Okay, so the pictures don't really help us much. So, next step. Click right here on the map. Okay. Now, when you guys hear me in my training, and for those of you that have been through our regional classes, our certification classes, Lee's Inner Circle, you guys are familiar with this. So for those of you that have not been through some of those higher level training programs with our company, we use this a lot. This is what we call a Zillow overlay. And if you just go over right here and click on lot lines, okay, this is going to give you a snapshot of the neighborhood, the lot sizes, what Zillow believes value to be on some of these other residential dwellings. The thing to be aware of is that Zillow does not give you valuations on commercial properties at all. If you're interested in commercial or what the value of this asset would be if it were commercial, you'd want to go into something like a LoopNet. If you don't have a subscription to LoopNet, you can get one for free. Just go there, log on. But LoopNet would give you the value of this if it was a commercial parcel. Here's my concern with this if you were going to play from a commercial standpoint. When you go up and down First Avenue here, anytime you see that Zillow is giving it a value, that tells you that it's residential property, okay? And there's nothing coming along here that would appear to be residential. It looks like we have some multifamily here. New hot tub installation, new laminate wood flooring. Okay, so this is appearing as a duplex, okay? So we've got the duplex there. Yeah, okay. So again, going back here to our map, Zillow overlay. Again, running along First Avenue, all I'm seeing, you guys, is a heavy, heavy residential. These are duplexes, but they're not considered commercial. They're still residential single family. Now, in the listing, it referred to a senior housing home, which would be here. And it looks like we have senior housing over here. If the senior housing is intending to do something, they would need to run higher density water, sewer, electrical lines. And what the agent is suggesting is that they're going to run those through First Avenue. But when you look at where this asset that we're inspecting right here is located, I just don't see any real strong upside from a commercial or multifamily standpoint. But at this point, we need to go in and pull up the debt stack, okay? So next step. And let me do something here called screen mirroring. And you guys now should be seeing, okay, so what you guys are looking at now on your screen is my cell phone, okay? SendFuse is a text bot, okay? So everything that we do within SendFuse is done via text. So the first thing I want to do is we always want to research the title first. So we're going to research 757 First Avenue North, and that's in Kent, Washington, 98032. Okay, so SendFuse will come back and say, is this the correct address? We're simply going to respond with, yes, it's the correct address. Now, we are live here, you guys, so none of this was done prior to you getting here. So the speed that you're seeing SendFuse do this in is the speed that SendFuse does it in, okay? So here's what we know. The current owner is somebody named Kwar Gurjat, and it is stating that the property is owner-occupied. Now, the way that SendFuse knows that is the owner mailing address right here matches the property address, okay? And it looks like Mr. Kurjat bought the property September 15th of 2017 and bought it for $170,000. He got a loan from Seattle's Best Mortgage as a residential loan in the amount of $136,000. You see that right here. And that was the acquisition loan. And then it appears that he refinanced the property to a new first position July 2nd of 19 for $165,000. Oh, back that up. Okay, we got a first for $136,000 and it appears we have a second mortgage for $165,000. Now, why did he get the second mortgage? How did it appraise to accommodate a $165,000 loan? I don't know. That's why we got to go in and check the title. Now, to speed this up, fastest way, for those of you that have SendFuse, this is a training class for you. Those of you that don't, this is an introductory. Okay, so we're going to go in and type in Title 4. And we just drop that in. Now, SendFuse is going to come back and say, is this the correct address? We're going to say yes. SendFuse is now saying, great, we will research the title and we will get back to you soon. Okay, so SendFuse is then going to tell me, great, we have found it and we've emailed it over to you. So we go into our email. And here's the SendFuse report. There it is. Okay, now when you get this from SendFuse, it's going to come as a PDF right here. And you simply tap to download. Let me move this. Okay, let's try that one more time. For whatever reason, it's not letting me open it. Now, I'm going to try this again, and if it doesn't, I can go into our back office and pull it from there, which I've never had to do before. So that's the fun part about live TV. Okay, so it's emailed it to us again. Let's go check it. Okay, let's try this here. Get SendFuse. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to log in. And log in. Okay, so the good news is you're going to be able to see the SendFuse dashboard in the back office. Page 1, 10 rows, 100 rows. And dashboard.
MJ said to pull it from Outlook if you want.
Pull it from Outlook.
You did, didn't you?
Oh, I see what he's saying. That's a good idea, MJ.
Your phone's not downloading it.
No, that's not what I want. MJ, our resident.
Not a SendFuse issue.
Huh?
Not a SendFuse issue.
It's not a SendFuse issue. Okay. Hang on. There it is. Okay, that's weird. Okay. And it's saying...
Pull it on Outlook on the computer.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
And it's saying it can't open it for some reason. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to forward this to... We've got great support here, so this is going to go over to Michael. Michael, can you pull that and email it to me, please? Do you have it? Okay. And let me check in here.
What was that property address?
Property address 757 First Avenue, North Kent, Washington. And we're going to go down here and cold call, offer, skip trace, watch list. Kent, Washington. Okay, so while we're waiting on that, I'm going to go to our next property, and we'll come back to that one. Okay, next one, 321 Matos Avenue. 321 Matos Avenue. And let's go back here. We're going to open up a new Google search. 321 Matos Avenue. San Jose, California. All right, so here's what we've got on this one. 321 Matos. Matos Avenue, San Jose, California. Now, this one is being submitted by Octavio Franco. Octavio, I'm not finding a 321. This is the other reason, you guys, we Google these first, because if you can't find the address in Google, SendFuse is never going to find the address either, so you got to make sure it's a valid address. So Octavio sent 3 different deals, so I'm going to go to 1822 Darwin Way, San Jose, California. Okay, here we got one. All right, good. Okay, so here now, Zillow's pulling it up, Redfin's pulling it up. Who lives on Darwin Way? House prices on Darwin Way. Okay, so nothing that jumps out at me as being a problem. So we're going to next go to Zillow on this deal. Okay, so Zillow's showing value at $739. Always read the remarks, you guys. The remarks are really important. The remarks read, 1822 Darwin Way, San Jose, California, single-family home. It's 4-bedroom, 2 baths. Last sold for $500,000 in October of 2007. Zestimate is $739,000. I'm just laughing because 1,410 square feet for $739,000 is just unbelievable. But hey, if you live in that area, that's pretty normal for you. Okay, price and tax history, $500,000. It sold. Okay, in 1995 it sold for $173. 2005 it sold for $650, and then in 2007 it sold for $500. Ah, okay. Now, why the disparity from one sale to a next? If it sold for $650 and $5, I guarantee you when we pull the debt stack and look at the title, we're going to see that there was some type of a foreclosure or failed foreclosure or a short sale, would be my guess. But we won't know until we go in there and look at it, okay? So with that, I want to pull the debt stack on this and see where we land with it. Okay, so we're going to go research. Again, always research first.
Mirror your screen.
Mirror my screen. Thank you. Okay. So we go to SendFuse Research 1822 Darwin Way in San Jose, California. Okay, yes, it is correct. Okay, here we go. So this property is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,410 square feet, sold for $500,000 in 2007. It is not owner occupied. Beatriz Marquez is the owner, and Irma Franco, and they live in Tampa, 1674 Tampa Court, also in San Jose. Finance history: they got a loan against it from Wells Fargo Bank in 2008 for $374,000. Okay. Next, I'm going to go in here, copy the address. We're going to do Title 4, paste. And yes, that is correct.
Spend some time there, Lee. Michael's got to check something.
Okay, now, while we're waiting for that title to pull up, I'm going to move this over here. And then we're going to go and do the Zillow overlay on this real quick because I want to see what the overlay looks like. Okay, so the dot obviously is the subject property. So this one's at 739, 694, 754 here, 655, 800, right on Ocala Avenue, and right next to this, it looks like a high school. I'm guessing that's a high school. Probably not a college, but most likely a high school. Okay, so now as we look around here, you can see that $600,000 to $700,000 or $800,000 is pretty much the norm here, and that's what we're dealing with. Okay, so 739. Now we go back to the listing itself. Now, is Octavio on the line? Octavio, are you with us? And if you would, please give me some insight as to what's going on with this house. Why are we looking at it? What is your interest level? Do you have it under contract? Talk to me. Okay. Yeah, some of you have said, yeah, Yogi, we're using SendFuse, and I just got a notice that we're having a hiccup on the title function within SendFuse. The cool thing is, guys, because we own it, we are right now in the process of troubleshooting it, and we should have it fixed here in a matter of minutes. Some of you have also mentioned that you're having some issues with the same thing. If that ever happens, you guys just call our customer support because a lot of us are using SendFuse. And I will tell you this, there's none of you are using SendFuse more aggressively than we are. We are literally pulling anywhere from 25 to 100 debt stacks a day because of the volume of properties that we're looking at. So usually if there is a hiccup, we find it pretty quickly. Okay, so Octavio, are you here? And if so, where are you? Okay. Let's see. I'm going to look at real quick Gracilia Acapina. Gracilia, are you somewhere that you can chat with us right now? Yes. Okay. Gracilia, I am going to unmute you so that you can talk with us and tell me about your deal, okay? So let's get Gracilia on the line. Here she is. Gracilia, are you there?
Yes.
There you are. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yeah, that is correct.
Gracilia. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And what part of the country are you in, Graciela?
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh, you're in Indiana. Okay. And the property that you're asking questions about, tell us about that property.
One of them is what I say.
I'm showing 1129 East Lewis. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct. The thing is, I went to check it out when my real estate, agent,
Yeah.
and look at the property, and I will let you know if can I make a deal or not, because I need to do some rehearsal. But the way that what I was thinking is that I would like to get a property and instead of a single family, make a duplex, because it's close to the college, and I can be able to get some funds for the renting, like for a student.
Okay. Are you seeing your screen?
That's what I like to do, like the first and second floor, instead of single family, make a duplex, because there is a way to make a duplex. The only thing I have to do is make a kitchen and the second floor, and the first floor make a bathtub and make a bathroom,
Okay. Are you seeing the property on the screen here, Graciela?
I see, yeah.
Okay. So again, first step, we Google it, see what we've got. It looks like it's listed. It's on MLS for 42.9. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So
I'm planning to send the offer for 30.
okay, so here's the property. Come check out this amazing investment property. Great equity, just need some TLC, selling as is, cash conventional only. And are you dealing direct to seller, or are you going through a realtor?
I'm with a.
You're going through a realtor?
Yes, I'm with a realtor right now. So yeah, and I'm trying to send the offers too, and that's why. Thank you for this webinar. I was trying to make sure it's a deal or not.
Yeah, the kitchen looks like it's been updated. It looks to be in relatively good shape. The interior of the house looks pretty sound, much more so than the exterior. What's going on up in the attic area?
The attic area lovely tender cares.
And why is the seller selling?
I'm not quite sure about the sale.
Okay.
But the reason is that I would like to make a deal or not, because as I explained you, I would like to make a duplex to get more like how do you say, a cash flow.
Okay. And how far away is this house from where you live?
I would say like a couple miles from me.
Okay. Well, I can tell you this, as we're looking at the screen here, you can see that the house, what appears to be to the east, is $91,000. On the corners, $43,000, $81,000. You've got, these are rentals, $800. Here's one at $57,000. Here's a $400 a month rental. Over here, it looks like this lot, which the city probably foreclosed on and demolished, is sitting next to this house for $54,000. The nice thing is proximity to the park. But it looks like you've got a lot of rentals in here, and the high comp is pushing 72 to 80. So 42 seems high to me. 30,000. I mean, fixed up, what do you think it's worth?
I was running my numbers, gonna say like about 30,000, because as I told you, I'm gonna make a bathroom and a kitchen.
You're gonna put a bedroom in the kitchen?
Yes, because that's what I'm trying to make a duplex also. Downstairs I'm gonna make like 2 bedrooms and one with a kitchen. I mean, 2 bedrooms apartment. Upstairs 1 bedroom apartment with a kitchen, with everything. That's why, because upstairs doesn't have a kitchen, and downstairs doesn't have a bathroom. But there is a way I can do that. Just make open another door, and that's it. Putting like 2 doors in the house.
Okay, where are you gonna put the second kitchen?
In the second kitchen, I'm planning to put in the room in the second floor, where the bigger room is, to make it like a living room, and the kitchen and the same thing, to make it like a studio.
Okay, is the city going to allow you to do that? Have you checked zoning to see if you can put a second unit in the property?
Yeah, that's what one of it is, but I was trying to go to the city, and I think they will allow me to, because it's going to be as a rental, so,
Okay, so what are market rents for this as a single-family home, Graciela?
It's about 600, I believe, and I was trying to make like if I do that, like a 300 upstairs and 500 or 600 downstairs, because upstairs I'm trying to make a 3 bedrooms, apartment with the first floor and the second floor, one bedroom apartment. Like, for the students, because there is an area with a lot of college, kids go to the college.
Okay. So as a single-family home, it's worth $600 a month?
Yes, but I'm planning to at least $800 to $900 a month instead of 600.
Okay. Well, I can tell you this, that are you needing financing on this deal?
Yeah, I'm planning to get with a Coco Capital though.
Okay. So to bring this to Kogo Capital, where your exit strategy is to convert it to a duplex, is going to create all kinds of questions that I don't know if you are prepared to answer. For example, zoning, permitting, will the city allow it? If so, what are the costs going to be? What is it going to appraise for as a duplex property rather than a single family? Are you going to bring in a separate secondary meter for the electrical, for the gas? Are you going to have a separate heating unit? Are they going to be on one heating unit? Right? So you bring in all of these questions that don't necessarily need to be brought to the conversation if you simply run it as a single family standalone residential house. And it's great that your strategy is to convert it to a duplex, but you're just going to make the loan harder. So I would structure this as I'm going to buy it and I'm going to flip it.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the easiest loan to get, is a buy and flip. All right. So what is this place worth as a single family house?
I would say the place worth after repair value, I would say it's about 70 to 80.
Okay. So if we're running this from a straight loan scenario, if we're going to run at $80,000, are you a master student with us?
I actually I said the general the clinic real estate that they have it.
Okay, so you've been to a funding tour?
Yes.
Okay, so as a funding tour attendee, you're going to get 65% of the ARV. If you were a master level client, Lee's Inner Circle, master rehabber, master lien abatement, you'd get up to 70% loan to value. So if we look at our numbers, pulling up a calculator, if if 80,000 is the ARV at 65%, $52,000 would be the loan amount. Now, out of the loan amount, we have to take closing costs and rehab costs. So what do you think it's going to cost to make this a very nice, habitable, single-family home?
No, the reason is I also was trying to explain that I also have rental properties, and one of them is a fourplex, and they were thinking about to having like some sort of a long home security lien from the fourplex.
So you want to bundle in the fourplex as part of the loan?
Yes.
Do you own the fourplex?
Yes, free and clear, yes.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? That changes everything. What's the address of the fourplex?
It's a 603 West D Wall.
603 West what?
D Wall is a DEWALD.
And
D Wall Street.
Okay, and city state zip?
It's a Fort Wayne, Indiana 46802. 46802.
Okay, Fort Wayne, Indiana. When did you buy that?
Last summer.
What'd you pay for it?
I did a vision house and everything, so I pay 32.
32,000?
Yeah, and I spent like a 40 on the rehab.
And I assume you have receipts for everything.
Yes, pretty much it.
And is the property now occupied?
I just finished occupying. I started, for one, then second. Now it's already the 4 of them full for this month, actually.
Okay. Okay, 603 West Dewald Street in Fort Wayne. Oh, that's an interesting property. So you've got 4 one-bedrooms in there?
Yes, a 4. Yes, a 4 place. Yes.
Okay, let's look at some photos real quick.
Yeah, everything is new though. Siding, windows, everything I changed.
Okay, let's look here. And what do you think the fourplex is worth now?
I would say the lowest price, I would say 120.
Okay, so I'm just looking at some of the surrounding comps here. 81, 131, not sure what that is. This is showing as a 4 unit here, but it's not giving us a value. Okay, so if your value is 120, I can do one of two things here. I could either do a cash out refinance on your duplex or your fourplex, and I can give you 50%, which would be 60,000 cash, which you could then use to purchase 1129 East Lewis Street, or I can bundle them together, and you would essentially need no money down for Lewis Street. So I can lend you the money to buy Lewis Street and repair Lewis Street, and you wouldn't need any money down.
Okay, yeah, that was one of my ideas to think about. So I was just trying to run the number because I wasn't able to send my offers to tonight or tomorrow in the morning.
Okay. So what you would want to do, Octavia, what you would want to do here, Gracio, is just get a proof of funds letter from Kogo Capital. Do you know how to do that?
Not yet, but I see when I was last time in the class, they told me when you have under contract, we can help you out with everything. And
Yeah.
also I have another property, but that one I already sent the offer. I don't know if it was okay or not. So that's why I sent a couple properties for you to check it out if you don't mind.
Yeah, so what I'm looking for here is Kogo Capital. Okay, so when you come here to Kogo Capital, what you're going to do is just go here to Resources. Actually, you're just going to, no, you're just going to go down here, Lending Criteria, and we just got a brand new website. Isn't it beautiful, everybody?
Oh, yes. Yeah, check it out.
And because of that, I don't know where the proof of funds letter is.
Maybe so. A quick question.
I think it's here under Resources. Yeah, go
I got a
ahead.
quick.
Go ahead.
So they live in the 11. I was at the 1129 East Lewis. What, do you think it's gonna be worth it if I send enough for 30, or do you think a little bit less than that?
Based on what I'm seeing here on the Lewis Street comps, I think a lot less than that is what I'd be looking for.
Maybe 25, perhaps.
Let me check something here real quick. Scroll
Because
down
as
on
I
what?
told you, my realtor, everything told me the comps around 70 to 80,000 a house.
Okay, hang on 2 seconds for me here.
Go back to the homepage.
Back to the homepage. I'm getting instruction here on where the proof of funds letter is. Now, this is for all of you. Now, you guys don't normally need a proof of funds letter if you're writing an offer to a direct to seller. But if you are writing a cash offer through a realtor, you're going to need a proof of funds letter. Boy, it was right there in front of my face, wasn't it? Okay, so right here on the main page, you just go here to proof of funds letter. Okay. And from here, you just go in and fill in the deal information. We do charge $9.97 for a proof of funds letter, and we do that to make sure that people are getting them only for legitimate transactions. We had a lot of people that were taking advantage, so $9.97 for the proof of funds. If you buy them in bulk, you can get more. So if you guys know you're going to be writing a lot of offers, I would recommend just buying a 12-pack because it will save you some cash. 12 packs only $70, $69.99, so you're paying a lot less. Also, for those of you that are a master broker or a certified broker, if you go through your website, your web portal as a broker, you get $2 off for every one of them. Okay, let me check something here real quick. Research 1129 East Lewis Street.
Got an update for you on the title search as well.
And
The data provider that creates the PDF is having an issue. MJ is working on fixing it. It is not a SendFuse issue.
okay. So the update on SendFuse, you guys, for the PDFs is an issue with our data provider. It's not actually an issue with SendFuse. So our IT department is working on it as we speak. But in the meantime, I'm just going to use the research function here. And here's what I've got, Gracio. 1129 East Lewis. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. Mirror. And let me move this over here for you. There we go. Okay. Okay, here it is. All right, so here's the Lewis Street property. Gabriel Fugate is the owner. Acquired it December 4th of 2006. And from what I can tell, Gracilia, is that it's free and clear. I don't see any underlying mortgages. So my recommendation would be to have your agent write a 3-tiered offer. Do you know what a 3-tiered offer is?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So if I'm you, my 3-tiered offer is going to be, my cash offer is going to be $20,000.
Right.
So offer 1, I do cash $20,000. Offer 2, I would do $10,000 down, and $30,000 seller carry.
Okay.
At, you know what, I'm going to change that, $5,000 down, and I'm going to do a $25,000 seller carry. So the total purchase price is $30,000, and on that seller carry, I want a 30-year with an interest rate at 5%, no balloon. Okay.
Okay.
Offer number 3 is part of the 3-tiered offer. I'm going to write the offer at $45,000, no cash down. Seller carried financing at 0% interest with a 60-month balloon.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Definitely does.
Okay.
Quick question before you run out. I'm sorry to bother you, but I have one property that I already sent the offer. I don't know if it's correct or not, so I know you'd like to check that one for me too.
Say that again.
I got another property which I already sent an offer for it because I took the accounts and everything, and look, I think it's gonna be a great deal. I'm planning to do a wholesale, or if I can do a wholesale, I'm gonna try to do a rehab.
What's the address?
The address, that one that I sent the offer is 4852 Evar Road. It's Evar is E, B as a Victor, A-R-D Road.
City, state, zip.
Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46835.
Okay, 4852 Everett Road.
Yes.
Okay, so here we have it in Fort Wayne, asking $89,900. Okay, that's a larger home. Did you already buy it?
No, the thing is, I sent an offer of 85 because they already counter offer because they said they have a lot of offers, so they're gonna pick it out the highest one, and I sent for 85.
Okay, and what do you think the ARV is?
The IRV after repair value is my agent told me 180 to 200.
Do you believe your agent?
Yes, she's been working for over 30 years and with most of the time with investors.
Okay.
He has a big, I mean, this over close to Niagara, the thing. It's a huge place.
Okay, so here's the subject property here. You've got a pretty good sized lot, which is fantastic. The house next door is 136, 143, 124, 117, 135, 140. Do you see on the screen that I'm looking at that there's not a single comp that supports 200? I mean, the closest thing you have is this one over here at 196.
Yeah, but the thing is, the other property is only 3 bedrooms. That one is a 5 bedrooms, though.
Yeah, I don't care about that, though, because if there's no comps to support the $200,000 value, then it's never going to appraise. So even if you get some crazy buyer that's willing to pay $200,000, unless they're paying cash, which very few owner-occupants are doing, it's going to have to appraise. So you've got to find value to support the appraisal. And right now, if I were a betting man, your appraisal on a retail sale is going to come in at about 174.9 on the high side.
Mm-hmm. I see what you mean.
Are you seeing the screen? I mean, here's your house here, and everything around it. Here's a 172. Here's a 179. And you've got these outliers here at 196, and there was another one somewhere over here. Here's a 169. So when you take your blended averages, on the high side you're going to get 174.9. So you've got to look at, okay, if I'm buying it, you put in an offer at 85, right?
Right.
How much is it going to take to rehab it?
We've planned now from 45 to 50. Probably not spending more than that.
85,000 for rehab?
No, 45.
Okay, 45,000 for rehab. Okay.
Yeah, I know my agent told me it's gonna be like 180 to close to 200. It depends how you leave the house. I mean, how nicely I leave the house.
Okay, well, I think your agent is way off with a $200,000 valuation. So if we take your 85,000 plus 45,000 in rehab, you're sitting at 130.
Right.
And then at a resale price of 174.9, you're at 75 cents on the dollar. So after closing costs and fees, you're going to net out about 15 grand. So the question is 15 grand enough?
No, not really.
Okay, so then what you need to do is you need to tier your offer down. 85,000, in my opinion, is too aggressive. So the way I would structure this offer is what's called an escalation addendum. Are you familiar with that term?
No.
Okay, so an escalation addendum works like this. You would offer 65,000.
Okay.
And you will beat any other bona fide cash offer up to $30,000 over list price. Okay? So what you've done now is you've given the agent a runway of 65,000 is your offer, but you will beat any competitor's price in increments of $500 up to 95,000. Does that make sense?
So so you say I'm offering 65, and then
you're having her. So your agent is going to include what's called an escalation addendum. Now, for all of you watching and listening right now, you need to write this terminology down because I see very few people doing this effectively, and it can literally save you thousands and thousands of dollars. Because as a listing agent, my job is to get my client the most money I can. So when you call me and you say, hey, I'm interested in the property on Everett Road, are you getting a lot of offers? Oh my goodness, I'm getting more interest than I've ever seen. It's crazy. If you want to get this deal, you better come in hot, which means aggressive. Well, just because the agent's getting a lot of offer doesn't mean they're good offers. So the way that you can come in hot and aggressively and still be effective is to structure the escalation addendum. So have your agent, you've already written the offer?
Actually, I'm about to write it, but I haven't still heard because the first offer I sent is a 75 though.
Okay, and was that rejected?
They told me that the agent didn't want to look at it because they said they have a little higher, offers, and they have a lot of offers.
Okay. Yeah, that's what they always say. So it's fine that they have a lot of offers. We want to get our name in the hat. So to do this, you're going to write I would retract your offer at 75. I would submit a new offer for $65,000 cash and structure it as an escalation up to $500 up to $95,000. So the way that this is executed, you guys, and the reason this works really well is you're going to write your offer at 65. As other offers come in, you're going to beat every single offer that comes in by $500. And the only way you lose is if an offer comes in higher than 95,000. So you can't lose. I just wrote an offer on Friday last week on a lakefront property where they're asking $720,000. And so I wrote an all-cash offer for $720,000, and then I inserted an escalation addendum that I would offer up to $750,000. So if there's 29 offers that come in, I will beat every one of them by $500 until I reach that $750,000 threshold. Now, the cool thing about this, just so you all are aware, the listing agent who is receiving all of these offers from all of these agents will be required to show you the next closest offer to yours that you had to beat out by $500. So this gives you the opportunity to look at your competitors' offers, which as a listing agent I can't share with you unless you submit me an escalation addendum as part of your offer. Does that make sense?
Yes, so in that case, you suggest me to rewrite an offer for 65 and saying that I'm going to give you another $500, whichever the highest offer is?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, and I'm going to ask my agent to write the offer that way then.
Yeah, again, the terminology is it's an escalation addendum.
Okay,
And
escalation addendum.
every
Okay.
state in the union has this. It is a state-approved form. And for those of you that are looking in the Arnold system back office, this is not something that we offer when you are direct-to-seller situation. And you wouldn't need an escalation addendum unless it was a listed property. If you're dealing directly with either a wholesaler or a direct-to-seller seller, you're not going to have this escalation issue because they can openly disclose and communicate back and forth with you how many offers have been received, what's the highest offer, where do you have to be to beat it. But an agent can't disclose that. So the only way you can get that data is through the escalation addendum. Make sense?
Yes. Quick question though.
I'm afraid that you have spent all of your available question credits, Gracilia.
Yes, so thank you, and I hope everyone else is, having the opportunity to listen to me, because I believe a few of them are also in the same situation like me.
Yeah, I have a feeling everyone has received value from your questions. So good job, keep up the good work, and let us know how those offers go for you, okay?
Thank you so much, and I hope I can work very well with the co-capital, because it was one of my dreams that I want to have, the funds to do my deals.
Well, I can tell you this, you're already doing the right things. You're actively out there writing offers. You've acquired assets. You've got a free and clear fourplex. I mean, you are well positioned to really take this thing to the next level. So congratulations on your success, and I'm excited to be part of your future.
Thank you so much, and
All right.
thanks a lot. Thanks for
You bet.
Have a fantastic rest of the night.
Thanks, Gracilia. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. Oh, good. Thank you. All right. For those of you curious about the proof of funds, we have posted a link. I'm showing a handwritten note here. It says proof of funds link posted on Facebook feed on your YouTube. Okay. I also have another post here that it says that our service provider for the title within SendFuse is down, and it's a system-wide issue that is not affiliated anyway with SendFuse, and that's unfortunate, but it's neither here nor there. I mean, bottom line, you guys were looking for great deals. We can use the research tool, and there's always another way to get the thing done, okay? Now, I'm going to do one more deal here, but before I do that, I want to just briefly share with you guys this. And let's go from current slide.
Presentation link.
Oh, I got to switch. That's what happened. That's what's going on here. No, now I need to go from here.
Oh, that's not getting on good.
Okay. Let me see what my other audience is seeing here. Oh, you love technology. This is awesome. Okay. So for my live stream audience, you guys are seeing the right screen. For our Facebook Live audience, you guys are going to see presenter mode, but that's okay. Okay? All right. So here's what I love about what we are doing here, you guys, through researching properties, getting deals under contract, is that we are helping clients, we're helping sellers offload problem properties. We are transforming neighborhoods all over the nation, giving people the chance at home ownership. We are earning supplemental incomes or full-time livings as real estate investors. And we're making more income, which means more vacations, the ability to give to others, and the chance to help more people more people out along the way. Okay. Investing made simple. So with SendFuse, you guys, it is the best source for the money. I'll show you guys shortly here how we use SendFuse to write offers right on the spot. Many of our examples here tonight were direct to agents. So a direct to seller situation is where we would utilize SendFuse for the writing the offer, which is a great resource. But this is best source for the money. I've used this for over a year and find it to be a valuable tool for the market research. Now, I wanted to share this testimonial with you guys because this is a woman that worked for me years and years and years ago. I've not talked to her in 12 years, but she saw our SendFuse video and she wrote this. She said, "This post is for all my investor friends. Also for those seeking real estate opportunities. SendFuse is a great tool to have. Due diligence can take a lot of time and energy. Why not speed up the process? I made $68,000 on my very first real estate deal. That was many years ago. I made over $100,000 on my last deal. My brother made over $200,000 on his deal. You will not always make that kind of money. Sometimes you will make more, sometimes it will be far less. It's all relative. What is way more important? My brother Steve and I built a strong marketing company together, and in doing so, we were able to employ many family members and friends, each of us doing our part to help those we truly love. To be able to do that while helping homeowners avoid foreclosure all over the country is huge. Part of our introduction to real estate came from Lee Arnold. He is the man in this video. He was a business partner of ours for many years. I've personally traveled the country with him, meeting thousands of people, changing lives, making memories that will last a lifetime. She says, Lee is a man of many ways. What stands out today is that he is a super smart guy, always has been. I'm sharing this because the idea behind SendFuse is brilliant. Anything that you can do to help your real estate career is a plus. Take a moment to check this out. And that's Doreen Tafoya. So thank you, Doreen. She's awesome. But guys, SendFuse works literally everywhere. Wherever you have cell phone service, it can perform all of these functions. And of the functions, let me just show you guys this real quick. Whoops, there we go.
Sure.
Sharing, yep, here we go. And I've got to switch the screen over for the live stream audience here. And screen, there we go. Okay, let me pull this up again for you guys. There we go, okay. Let me show you this, okay? Control or commands. Okay, right here within SendFuse, look at this. We can do the research, we can do the title search, we can add properties to our watch list, we can skip trace properties, we can send mail to the property, we can do a cold call after the skip trace or send mail to command, we can write an offer, we can check our balance, we can refill coins, and we can do everything right here within SendFuse. So it's a tremendous platform. Everything exists in one place, which makes it incredibly powerful. Okay? And here's where we are now. And switch to here. You know what? I'm just going to leave everybody on the same one. Okay. Bill B said, SendFuse is a invaluable prospecting tool. I have farmed foreclosures for most of my real estate career, and I have found my lead data the hard way. This helps me search for many types of leads easily and allows me to send mailings. Best product I've used to grow my business. Mark M said, shh, don't tell my competitors. I'm surprised at how I've been able to change the way I do business. Now, again, guys, within SendFuse, here are your commands. Automated owner search, skip tracing for the address, cold calling owners on speed dial, direct mail marketing, sending offers as well as proof of fund letters attached. And you can also incorporate a personal army of bird dogs. Now you can see here that SendFuse is normally $24.97. However, I've got a deal for you guys. Check this out. Okay, as many of you know, a coming up here in just a few weeks, we're going to be teaching our Flipping Accelerator E-Class. Now, our Flipping Accelerator E-Class is for those of you that are struggling to find deals, or you are struggling to get deals under contract because you are in a super competitive market and you are struggling to get deals or get your offers accepted. Now, what I shared with you guys tonight on the escalation addendum is just one of the strategies that we are using to beat out our competitors and get really great deals under contract. So if you guys would please, I want you to write these dates down. Okay, March 18th and March 19th. Now, within the Flipping Accelerator training, here's what we're going to be covering. First of all, you don't have to travel. This is all going to be done in this format. As you can see, I'll have a third monitor. I'll have a whiteboard behind me. And for those of you that have been through our live e-training classes, if you would, just go ahead and type in your comments in the comment section, both online as well as here, about how incredible those are. I mean, the ability for us to be interactive, even though we are some thousands of you miles apart, we can come into your homes. I can chat with you just like you saw us do with our friend tonight. We will be doing that for 2 full days as we cover our Flipping Accelerator session. Now, these will be live streamed straight into your home, but we only have 100 slots open. First come, first serve. You need to grab one of these last slots available today. So here's what we're going to cover on day 1. And I'm going to open all of these so you guys can see them. Okay? So here's day 1. We're going to cover the best emerging markets and sustainable trends for flipping properties that will give faster returns. Right? Some of you, you're buying the wrong inventory, you're buying it at the wrong places, you're paying too much for it, or you're just not shopping in the right places. And this is why your offers keep getting beat out. This is why you're struggling to get financing and get deals under contract. And you're just struggling to make any money, all right? A lot of that has to do with your investing sweet spot. I want to cover locating the best deals. So we're going to look at what to look for while driving for dollars, how to find off-market deals, how to work the auction list. A lot of you guys aren't working the auction list. Now, I had a group of you here with me just a few days ago on Friday, and I took you to auction with me. Now, on an auction list of just 4 properties, one of which filed bankruptcy, would left 3 available options. We bought 2 out of the 3. One of them was a lot. It's a multifamily 4-plex lot. We picked it up for $48,000. It's already on the MLS for $89,900, and I already have an interested buyer at $89,900. So we've done nothing to this lot, you guys, just going down and buying it. Don't worry about not having cash. If you don't have cash, I'm going to show you how to buy properties at auction without having any capital at all. Okay, so if that would be helpful for you, you need to be there. So what to look for while driving for dollars, how to better utilize SendFuse for your watch lists, how to build a watch list, how to start your direct mail campaigns, how to find these off-market deals. Also, what to do when we're preparing to go door knocking, emailing, what to email, how to send postcards and letters to these direct-to-seller homeowners, as well as setting appointments and closing these deals. We'll talk about conversation with homeowners as well as countering objections. Now, I'm going to be doing live deals with you guys. So for those of you that are attending the class, tonight I only got about 100 minutes with you here. During the 18th and the 19th, I'm going to have a total of about 9 hours with you guys, which is going to give us a lot more time to focus on live, real deals, okay? On day 2, we're going to do deal review, determine what type of deal is a cash flowing deal, how to calculate net operating income if we're going to do a cash flow scenario, cash flow, return on investment or ROI, as well as cap rates before you buy. So there's an old adage in real estate, you make money when you buy, you realize your investment when you sell, which means if you're not buying right, if you're not negotiating the deal correctly, you're going to have a hard time making any money. We're going to talk about when to wholesale, and when to fix and flip. Why wholesaling should be the first option. How to partner on wholesales with the owner. How to rehab less so that you make more. We're going to talk about closing techniques, how to sign the seller, how to handle objections, as well as funding the deal. How to fund or not fund your flip strategy. and how to earn faster cash on each deal. Okay, you guys are going to get SendFuse to acquire the deals as well as Flipping Accelerator to flip the deals. And I'm going to give you 200 SendFuse coins to start immediately. Okay. Zach said using SendFuse helped us close one of the biggest deals we've ever done. Amazing piece of tech. We use it all the time now. So would you like to close your biggest deal yet using SendFuse as well? Today I'm going to make that possible. And here's what we're doing, you guys. For the CEO Fireside, you're going to get both days of the training, and you're going to get SendFuse. Not SendFuse Lite. You're going to get the full version of SendFuse, everything for $997. Now, let me tell you why. We have been in a pretty aggressive fundraising mode, and I need to deploy more capital, which means I need more deal flow so that I can lend more money. So if I can give you guys the training as well as the tool that's going to allow you to go out there and get more deals, write more offers more quickly, get more deals under contract so we can finance those things, that ultimately is what we're looking at. So here's what you need to do, okay? Simply go to leearnoldsystem.com/March, and you guys can go there right now. Go to leearnoldsystem.com/March. Now, I just want to remind you guys, this training class has been sold for $498, and SendFuse is usually $29.97. Now, if you've been to one of our events, you know that we will offer SendFuse for $24.97 or $2,500, and never have you been able to buy SendFuse for $997, but we're offering it to you now, and we're including the training. Now, if you have previously invested in SendFuse, please do not call my office and say, Lee, I paid $14.97 or $19.97 for SendFuse. Can I have a refund? No, you can't, okay? Sometimes a suit at Nordstrom is $2,000, and when you go back to the Half Men's yearly sale, it's $1,000. So if you already have it, fantastic. That's great. Good for you. But if you do have SendFuse and you just want to attend the training, it's $498 just to attend the training, okay? So if you've already invested in SendFuse and you want to come to the training, just call 800-533-1622 and you can get the training there. However, if you don't have SendFuse and you don't have the training, then you'll want to go to leearnoldsystem.com/March. Now, if you have joined us on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, all you need to do is click the link that is currently in the description. Okay, just click the link in the description and you can go right to the order form. Now, the minute you guys get signed up, okay, you're going to get immediate access to SendFuse. You're going to receive all the bonuses, trainings, and access to this amazing tool immediately, which will allow you to start using it, driving for dollars, or have your trained bird dogs drive for dollars for you. And you're going to be able to use the marketing tools. You're going to be able to make offers and spend more time doing what you love to do rather than what you have to do, okay? Pretty incredible stuff. Again, you guys, this offer, $997. That's $2,000 off the normal price of $29.97, but you have to go there right now to get it. 800-533-1622, 800-533-1622. Now, I want to show you guys this video one more time. So, Lisa, if you would please cue up the video. And once this video ends, you guys, I'm going to come back and we're going to do one more deal so you can see how we structure it. All right? So, a couple of things. Go to leearnoldsystem.com/March. If you already watched the video at the beginning, for those of you that arrived late, that's why I'm replaying this video. For those of you that have already seen the video, take this time to go to leearnoldsystem.com/March, or you can call the number on your screen, 800-533-1622, and you can take care of your order that way. And when this video ends, we're going to come back and we're going to do one more deal that I'll show you guys how to structure. All right, so Lisa, roll video, and I'll be right back in 7 minutes to go through one more deal. Go.
All right, everybody. Now, one of my favorite things about SendFuse is when we're out here driving for dollars, looking for properties that might be in disrepair, might need some love. And what I'm looking for is houses where the grass is real tall, or there's snow everywhere, or if there's something taped to the front door. So as we're driving here, I'm just looking for things that might fit into that category. And, oh, look, right here. Okay, right here. See that there's something posted to the front door. Now, I don't know what that is, but anytime you've got something posted to a front door, that's a red flag that there is some type of legal thing going on with the property. Now, to just be sitting here, if I didn't have SendFuse, I would be clueless as to what's going on. But I've got SendFuse, so let's go in here and check it out, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is just go into my text, and I'm going to go and type in SendFuse. I've got it saved. SendFuse is a text bot. So all you got to do is go in and hit SendFuse, okay? So now I want to know some information about this property. So I'm going to start with research, okay? I'm going to research, and then I'm going to put in 718 East Empire Avenue, and we are in Spokane, Washington. Now this works all over the country, you guys. So anywhere that you are in the United States of America, you can use this function. So is address 718 East Empire correct? Yes, it is. So we type in yes, and SendFuse comes back, and it's going to tell me who the owner is and what the story is. Okay, so here's what we've got. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, 1,212 square feet. The current owner bought it for $121,000 on March 4th of 2009, and she got a loan for $118,192. Now, where we're sitting, you guys, just because I know the market pretty well, this house is probably worth anywhere from $180,000 to $200,000, but I don't know, and I don't want to guess. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go and I'm going to tell SendFuse to give me title. So title for, I'm going to go back here and just copy and paste this address, and then I can just paste it right in here and drop it in. Whoops, wrong one. Title for, that's the one we want right there on Empire, copy address. Okay, and then we're going to do title for and drop it in. Okay, yes, that's the one I want. Okay, now SendFuse is going to go in and it's going to pull me the 6, 7, or 8 page report on this property, which is going to give me what we call the debt stack. Now, as an investor, I got to have the debt stack because I need to know what the underlying liens are for this property. So SendFuse is going to come back and, okay, it's now emailed me the debt stack. Now, the debt stack, I just go into my email address, and it's going to send me something that looks exactly like this, okay? So this is the debt stack, how it will come out to you, okay? Now, I've pre-printed this out so you guys can see what that looks like, just to get an idea of all of the information that's there. But I want to get a closer look at this property. So now SendFuse has emailed this to me. So I'm just going to go now into my email, and here's the debt stack right here. Okay. All right. Now, from the debt stack, as you guys just follow along, you can see that the owner is T. Fung, does not live there. So you see the mailing address is 2117 East Providence, which means this is a non-owner occupied property. Built in 1911, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,212 square feet. Here's that loan that we talked about, March 2009. It was a Fannie Mae mortgage for $121,000. Now, 2009, you guys, was over a decade ago. So if the homeowner's been making payments on this property, the payoff could be as low as $81,000. So here, SendFuse gives me an aerial of what the property looks like. You can see this big garage from this aerial photo in the back. I love a good 2-car garage. That's really going to help us with value. Okay, you can see here that the property is scheduled to go to foreclosure sale, and the auction is taking place today. Okay, this thing's going to foreclosure sale today, you guys. Let's go down here and see what it's worth. Let's see. Here's the debt stack. So you read a debt stack in reverse. We'll go to the bottom here. The previous owner acquired it $58,000 back in 2002. Here's a new mortgage in 2005 for $48,000. Then that owner sells it to the current owner for $57,500. And now we see the current owner getting it here for $123,000 in 2009 as an REO, and there's a loan against it for $118,000. Okay, so this property is scheduled to go to foreclosure sale today. Now let's look at the comps real quick. Okay, built in 1911, $121,000. Here's one built in right here, same street on Empire, Here's a house built in 51 that just sold for $220,000. Here's another one that's a good comp for $200,000. Here's another good comp for $210,000. Oh my goodness, you guys! What this means? The payoff on this house is about $81,000, and fixed up, it's probably worth $200,000. Now, as you can see, the property is in not that bad of condition. It actually looks pretty good, and auction starts in 40 minutes. Let's go. All right, you guys, here we are right in front of the courthouse, and I'm going to go in here and bid on this thing and see if we can buy it. Remember, when we pulled up in front of it, we pulled the SendFuse debt stack. We discovered that this thing's going to foreclosure auction today. So at this point, it doesn't make any sense for us to send postcards or write an offer to the homeowner. Let's just go in here and see if we can buy this thing. Now, the opening bid is $81,000. I don't know how many people are in there bidding. I don't know what we're going to have to pay to get it. But all I can tell you is I'm going to go do my darndest to get this thing. So unfortunately, you can't come into the courthouse with me. We can't film in there. So you guys hang tight. I'll come back and let you know how it went. All right? Hang on. Woo! Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Okay, we got it. Look at this, you guys. Picked it up for $125,000. Opening bid was $81,000. Now, unfortunately, if we would have gotten to this sooner, we could have maybe worked with the homeowner and got it for a better price. But that's the way it goes sometimes. But the good news is we bought it. $125,000 purchase price. We put about $20,000 into it. Once we're done, this thing's going to sell for $199,900. And we're going to profit about $25,000 on this one house. And I could not have done it without SendFuse. SendFuse is amazing. Thank you, SendFuse.
Okay, cool. So that gives you guys a pretty good idea of what SendFuse does, what it's capable of. And we will certainly circle back and do more with it, especially during that training. So I'm excited for that. Now, while we were doing that, I had a brief conversation with Trenton Harris just via the chat. And Trenton has a deal that I want to go over with him. So I'm going to unmute his line and have a brief discussion, and we'll go through the due diligence on his deal together. But before I do that, a couple questions about the E-Class. Some of you have already bought SendFuse. You know, there's a lot of questions related to, I just bought that, I have this, what can I do? All you guys need to do is just contact, just call that number on your screen, 800-533-1622. They can answer any and all questions that you might have related to it, and they can get you started. Okay? So with that, let's unmute Trenton. And Trenton, it says that you are self-muted. So there's something happening on your side that I need you to unmute. Lisa, can you unmute Trenton?
He is muted on his end, so he needs to unmute his microphone on his end.
Okay, Trenton, you need to unmute on your side, please. And if we're not able to get Trenton on the call, then we will go to... Gracilia says, Lee, is this a web training or do I have to travel to this event? No, it is a web training. It's going to be done in the same format that we're on now. And it is March 18th and 19th. And for those of you that are signing up, we will give you some more information. Okay, Trent, it's still saying that you are muted. So Jessica Brewington.
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Trent, is that you?
Okay. Yes, sir.
There you are. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. And you?
I'm doing fantastic, thanks. How was the funding tour?
It was awesome.
Awesome. Excellent.
Awesome.
Trenton, tell me about your deal and ask your question again here live so everybody can hear you.
So, I have a friend, pretty much like family. He's a coworker of mine, and I went to work, which I've been going back and forth to work from the tour. The tour's over. I had to go back to work, from work to the tour, and I spoke to him about me needing a deal so that I could be able to pay for my tuition, so I'd be able to get SendFuse, so then other things would be able to, be able to work out for not just me, but those I'm trying to help.
Okay.
And he was like, well, I'll help you. He said, I got a deal right now. He said, I got my own house. And he told me I asked him for the address. He gave me the address. I asked him about, repairs. He told me that he had a 2-year contract currently that is at pretty much at the end of it. He has about 6 months left in it. He put $30,000 worth of repairs in it. I looked on Zillow right now. It valued, of course, you said it'll do this thing. It valued at $190,000. He only wanted $146,000. I was, of course, I figured, I could probably, talk him down, but, and he's just willing to help me. He's like, bro, and whatever's going to help you, then I'm with it. And I'm just like, okay, bro, I'm gonna try to get you this offer. I'm a baby in this, and I need to get, I'm still learning. And by the end of this tour, I should be able to get assistance enough to be able to, go ahead and close on this deal for you.
Okay, so is the house on your screen the house in question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, and your buddy owns it, or he's been lease optioning it?
Hold on, sir. We'll do ski drive.
Is that it?
And right now he has it on the lease with he has 4 tenants, college students, in there paying $1,200 a month. At the end of they said that lease will be up in about 6 months. So I figured that would be perfect timing. I had spoke with Gary. Gary, he said something on the strength of, he does he want to just go ahead and sell while the tenants are still there? We just take over the lease. I said I'm sure he would. For the most part, I'm trying to help him, help me, and help us all. You know what I mean?
Okay. So how much does he want for it?
He wants $146,000.
Is that his purchase price as part of the lease?
As far as what he wants, that's what he told me that he wants.
Okay, but
I looked at the property. Sir?
He doesn't own it, right? He's under a lease with an option to buy it himself, correct?
I'm not. No, from my understanding, he actually owns this.
Oh, he owns it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you think it's worth, Trenton?
Well, looking at it, I could see he's saying 146. It looks, I see the 30 grand that he just put in it. I see it. How much I would think it's worth? I guess I would want to look at the surrounding areas. Look at the pretty much the average value price.
Well, here we can do that here.
Start there.
Okay, so what are you going to do at Trenton? What are you going to do with it, Trenton?
Well, I'm taking a wholesaling class, and so I had spoke with the guy Zach at Kogo earlier today.
Yep.
And he kind of informed me. He was like, since you're taking that class, then you might want to do the wholesaling thing. But what I was telling him is, if it's possible, like I would turn it over to Kogo to make the deal and get a commission. But he said, being that I'm not in the brokerage class, he said that wouldn't be, a smart idea or whatever.
Can you see my screen, Trenton?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here's the subject property here. This house is selling at 201, 197, 212, 244. These are cul-de-sacs. Cul-de-sac houses are always going to sell higher but you've got pretty decent comps at 207. So 146 isn't a terrible deal, but it's going to require you to come to closing with cash to buy it. And I know that's not the goal. Are you a licensed realtor?
No, sir. I just went to the class, and no, sir, I haven't.
Okay. So there's something out there that we teach as part of the wholesaling class, which is called list to sell or fix to list, because most people are really bad at marketing properties for sale, merchandising properties for sale. And so what we do is we go in and we prepare a property for sale. So we bring in the cleaners, we bring in the staging, we bring in the professional photographers, we list it. We write strong copy, and I would put this thing out on the market at $199.9. So what you would want to do with this, Trent, is you would want to do a partnership agreement where you lock in your price with your friend at $146. Then the tenants move out, you go in, you clean it, you stage it, you list it, all through, and you're going through the wholesaling class. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all of this stuff is covered in the wholesaling class, and you'll know exactly what to do. If you can get your price down with your friend to like 140 or 135, that obviously would be better. But I don't think 146 is a terrible deal.
I didn't think so either. I was thinking the same thing. I just seen it from what he was saying, and then the little bit Gary had told me to look on Zillow, because I had mentioned the deal to him as well as Eric. And both of them told me to look on Zillow. I looked on Zillow. I seen it was a value at 190. I didn't know about this lot lines thing, so I didn't know to look at this. And from what you're showing me, yes, everything looks. I mean, I wouldn't see why we, I would, kind of lock the deal in at 146 and then lowball them like I was originally planning to do.
Yeah, I don't know that you need to lowball them, because I don't think it would make sense in this scenario, Trenton, for you to buy it. I would merely partner with the homeowner, lock in your price at 146, and then you can either keep 100% of the upside or you can split the upside. My preference is to split the upside so that the homeowner and I are essentially partnering on the deal. But they are carrying the cost of the mortgage, the utilities, the taxes, the insurance, and all I'm bringing to the deal is expertise. So I don't have any capital outlay to do the deal that way. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like you got a pretty good deal here, my friend. Go through the wholesaling class. Make sure you got all your ducks in a row. The partnership agreements are part of the wholesaling and wholesaling classes. So just structure it, put it together, and you're ready to go.
Thank you.
Okay.
And it is an honor to be able to speak with you, sir. Honestly, my heart is beating, is racing right now.
Well, I feel the same way about you, Trenton.
Thank you.
All right, my friend. You have a good evening. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir. And I'll see you guys in October in Idaho.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Trenton.
Yes, sir.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye-bye. All right, cool. Isn't knowledge incredible? I mean, when you guys truly understand what is possible and just the number of people that we can affect and help through this business, it's an amazing feeling. And we are blessed to be a part of it. So what you all need to do right now, you need to go to leearnoldsystem.com/March and get signed up. This is a pretty incredible offer, you guys. You are getting the 2 days of the flipping class as well as SendFuse. So about $2,000 worth of value, and you're getting it for $997. But I am running out of seats, so you need to make sure that you get one of them now. Okay, so please go to leearnoldsystem.com/March, or if you have any questions, you can call 800-533-1622. And as I've already mentioned, you guys, if you have deals and you have questions, feel free to call my office at any time. Helping you guys structure and put deals together is what we do, because the more deals we help you close, the more loans we can write and originate, okay? So I pray that our time together has been informative and valuable for you. If you would please, before you log out of here, just leave your comments. What did you learn? What was your favorite part? What are you going to do with this knowledge? And anything else we can do to help you or support you. But I just want to say thank you, everybody, for joining us here tonight. And look forward to funding your deals and seeing you at some of our upcoming training. And, of course, meeting many of you at our Flipping Accelerator class March 18th and 19th. So until next time, God bless you guys. Happy investing. We'll talk to you soon. Goodbye, everybody.